What's up, everybody? And thank you because you have just tuned in to Real Laughs on Real Radio 104.1. We are your nightcap of comedy, serving you up some entertainment on a Monday night. If you're on your way to work right now, we're going to give you a couple of chuckles to get you through your shift. But if you're on your way home, we're going to give you a couple of laughs. You can go in and face that family that you love so much. Wink, wink, wink. All right, guys, I am joined in virtual studio as always by my very cool brothers, my very funny ass people that I love calling my brothers, man, in comedy. First off, we got the man with 1,000 nicknames. It does not stop today. We know him as Ken Miller, the godfather of Orlando comedy, but today he is Fantasia's cousin. That's right. We still cousins out in these streets. What's going on, Mr. Ken Miller?
Man, look here. We had a blast at Fantasia last night, bro.
I bet you did. I bet you did.
Anthony Hamilton, don't nobody put on a concert like Anthony Hamilton.
Don't he remind you of when you in church, you had that one cousin that could always sing?
Bro, dog.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, they sang something about Jesus.
Yes.
And that dog, when I tell you the arena, because don't nobody love God like black people.
No, nobody.
God and Jesus is like our family members for real. You don't mess with God and Jesus. But man, look here. It was so good. We was driving home, and I don't know if you know, Mary J. Blige's concert got moved from Friday to Saturday
because of the playoffs.
The Magic playoff game.
Yeah.
Man, we're going to see Mary J. Blige tonight.
Come on, man. Man.
Yeah. So we got Anthony Hamilton and Fantasia last night, and then tonight, guys, we pre-record these shows, but tonight we're going to see Mary J. Blige.
And Fantasia has one of those songs in the black community that everybody sings.
Bro, come on,
bro. When I see you, that's the song. That's so everybody get up.
I want to see Fantasia sing the ABCs.
You ain't right. You are so wrong for that. You are so wrong.
Bro.
Signing contracts. What this one say?
That's an X.
Hey, Fantasia, put your mark right here.
We stupid. But Miguel, you sang a song that I love for Anthony Hamilton. He did on the Dave Chappelle show, bro. That song is so good.
Hey, I was telling Sean that album came out in 03, 04.
Wow.
That was I had just got out the military, Miguel. I have not nailed job. Every job interview I drove to, I was listening to the Anthony Hamilton because I was struggling. I was struggling, bro.
He makes struggle music. Yes, he does, man.
Struggle music, bro. I said I was driving, listening to Anthony. Like, somebody, please give a brother a job,
bro. Golly, that's funny, man. Anthony Hamilton wrote the soundtrack to Black people's lives, man, because he's all about struggle.
And they both from North Carolina.
Yes, they are.
I was laughing because when Anthony Hamilton came out, he little.
Yeah,
he looked, bro. I'm talking about Cat Williams, Kevin Hart, Anthony Hamilton, Guy Torres.
Because he struggled. He didn't get his nutrients.
Yo, he little, bro. hey, dog.
North Korea.
Hey, dog. And KC and JoJo, all them from Charlotte too.
Yeah.
I said, look, KC and Anthony Hamilton cousins, because they the same size.
They have to be, bro.
They Camp Lejeune water, bro.
Camp Lejeune.
That's North Carolina too, baby. Onslow County.
That is funny. That is so funny, man. So the other voice that you were hearing is the man who helped start all this hilarity over 8 years ago. I am talking about the one, the only Miguel Colon. Don't you forget about the junior, because he knows who his dad is. What's going on, Miguel?
What's up, man? I'm good, man. Like, I've heard Anthony Hamilton is one of them dudes that, like, I don't think about Anthony Hamilton, but when he comes on, I'm like, oh yeah.
Anthony like, that's Hamilton, my dude. Yeah, he does. He's a real soul singer, man. He reminds me of my favorite cousin that can sing in church. Like, he's that dude. He's still cool, you know what I'm talking about? He ain't all the way saved, but yeah, he got a
Anthony Hamilton is that dude that in the 1920s in Chicago, he drove the truck for the mobsters and also played blues at the club.
Yeah.
He's all right. He's all right. They're like, oh yeah, I saw him with your sister. Whoa, I didn't say that. They're separate but equal. I was reading about it, like you're one of the good ones, Anthony. You just gotta go. This guy here.
But I'm glad
buy some grape stuff.
Some grape stuff. Hey, not grape drink.
Here's a couple of schmools. Make sure you get. Hey, go get any kind of pork you want. I know you people. Everybody thinks the chicken, but I know.
Yeah, I know.
I know. I've been with you guys before. I was in the army. I was in the army.
I was in the army.
I know you guys. You guys is all right.
It's so funny you say that because I'm actually smoking some pork ribs right now.
I know you guys in that pig got a secret thing going.
Ken, I should have had Michelle drop me off at your house when she picked me up
Bruh.
from the airport. Drop me off at Ken's house.
The thing
Nah.
with pig, here's the thing with pork that we don't want to talk about. You can eat every single part of it.
Rooter to the tutor. Yes,
To
sir.
Every single part, and every
Yes.
single part of it's a delicacy.
Yes.
Like chicken feet are cool. I mean, I like chicken feet, man. I like
Pig feet.
chicken feet when Asian do them. Like when you have Asian chicken feet, I like the way they season them and stuff like that. Chinese chicken feet, like 5 spice and stuff. But every culture can make a good part of every part of the pig, man.
Yes, they
The
do.
pig is the greatest.
Yeah,
That's
it is
why.
the
That's why
greatest.
when Muslims don't like pig and they're like, no, it's dirty. I'm like, you right, stay away. There's more pig for me, baby. There's more pig for me.
Hey, more BLT for me, baby.
Yeah, I stay outside barbecue places with the Quran. I'm like, whoa, slow down, partner. Why don't you read this passage here, man? I got a kufi on. I'm listening to Moses Def, Talib Kweli.
Quali.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, brother. You know,
Hey, Miguel in front of Miss Cam's. Don't eat them pork
Mhm.
chops.
I'm like, that's what he wants you to do. You see, when Jacob came down, he turned you, and I'm just making. I'm like, hey man, what's the math? They're like, huh? I'm gonna tell you what the math is. 5.99 chicken down the street. Stay away from the swine, bro. That's mine.
Yeah,
All
that's
just
it, man.
because I don't want them to run out of rib.
That's right. Until I get there. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what's a hot take, guys.
Uh-oh.
Steaks are amazing. Good cut,
Yes.
a ribeye. Oh my god, a good
Yes.
ribeye.
Yes.
I'm more of a ribeye than a fillet guy.
Me too.
But
Filet is just tender. It's not
super
tasty.
tender. I've had
That's all
amazing
it is.
fillets, but
Yeah.
especially if me or somebody I know is gonna make it, I want a ribeye because
Or a
I know
ribeye.
we're gonna make it good.
Yes, we are.
You know, I know when I go to a restaurant, I get a fillet, I get phenomenal fillets. But I don't think I make fillets as good as restaurants do. I think though, like when I'm cooking up a ribeye or like a New York strip, it got that fat to it. I'm getting it right. And I do them in the pan or the grill. I don't really have a good grill anymore, so a lot of times I do them in the pan. But that's neither here nor there. What I want to discuss is beef is overrated when it comes to other dishes.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to steak, beef is fire.
It is.
Beef is fire.
It is.
But I'd rather have ground pork than ground beef. Like if I'm gonna have, I'd rather have, all beef hot dogs. Cool, man. But I like that crazy swine pig lips hot dog. You know,
What's in this?
I want
What's in this hot dog?
Yeah, I want my hot dog that if you brought it back to life, you have 7 creatures coming out of it. You know?
Miguel said, I like my hot dog like a DEI mix.
Yeah. I want my hot dog like a 7-car crash. Parts everywhere.
And it's funny. It's funny you say that because so we're in the chat talking about topics, and when I go to Waffle House, I always get a steak and cheese egg.
You said that, yeah.
I get a side of bacon and a side of sausage. That's my order every time. I get 3 meats. I get the grits with cheese. I get scrambled eggs. That's my order all the time, Miguel. That's what I always get.
So
the other night, I'm driving home. I stop at after the joke off the other day. I was driving home. I go to Waffle House. There's a black dude cooking, so I hit him with the, "Hey, dog, do him a favor, man. Be extra season that steak for me." All right, I got you. So I don't know if he was offended. Because the season, I think, is just salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper. SP, yeah, man.
Bro, he put that seasoning on everything. It was, hey, man, it was a saltiest steak. You ain't got to salt bacon.
Yeah,
he put it on the bacon. I think he was
funny.
mad at me because I asked for the seasoning. And Miguel cussed me out in the chat.
Yeah.
We've never had a bad Waffle House experience. Bro, I had to rinse the steak off when I got home.
Yeah, you rinsed it out?
I had to rinse it.
You do it in
off.
the dishwasher?
Bro.
You put a steak in the dishwasher?
It was so soft. I'm eating the bacon. I'm like, look, I know I've been drinking.
Yeah.
I know I'm not drunk. But this bacon, dude, I got to the house. I told Sean, I said, baby, and my wife loves her stuff seasoned heavily.
Yeah.
Yes.
I said, baby, bite this steak. Is it me? She says, I can't even eat this.
He made that steak so you could travel across the sea for 3 months.
Yep.
You know?
Preserve your insides. Yep.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Hey, I bit into that steak and James' diabetes went up.
Hey, I can imagine the dude behind the grill. You like, hey, player, do me a favor. He's like, what's that, G? He's like, hey, go ahead and season that extra for me. Ha, I got you. This punk mother think you think you gonna tell Clarence how to season steak? Huh?
Go talk to me like that?
I did 7 years in the Fed. I know how to season some steak.
Hey, Miguel. So this morning when I woke up, I was throwing my ribs on the smoker, and I opened up the fridge, and the steak was still in there. I swear to y'all, I'm not making this up. I had to rinse that steak off.
Hey, use the steak to season the ribs. Just pat it on the ribs. If you leave it outside, deer will come up just licking it. Like,
yep.
I do probably. Here's. I'm gonna. Listen, Miguel Colon, Waffle House lawyer. Pleasure to meet y'all. I'm gonna say this. Kenneth Miller, I understand. You as a Waffle House connoisseur, and you've been to several Waffle House. Now, me, I'm just a simple Southern lawyer. Don't know a lot of fancy things, but I would say this. There is a good chance, I'd say 80-20, that this gentleman wasn't actually the Waffle House cook. He was robbing the Waffle House when he came in and had to pretend that he was cooking a steak. Now, what's more likely here, Jerry, that the Waffle House had a black cook that messed up a steak? Or it was a dude robbing it, and he didn't know how to cook steak. Yeah, I think
you know what?
I think we should dismiss this, and I'm thinking of countersuing Kenneth Miller, slanderizing.
And at that point, the judge is tapping the thing. The court's going crazy. Order in the court.
Order now, order. And the jury's like, "Oh, that's right.
That's right. Yeah.
And the jury's all Chinese, and they're still like, "Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah, baby.
Oh, that's all right.
Right.
Yeah,
that's right."
Real quick, you think you would be like if I was fighting for my life in a trial, I think I would be racist with my jury. I think I would look at some people and be like, "Oh, okay, cool. There's 4 Filipinos. All right, that's good for me. That's good for me. Okay, that white dude over there, man, he got okay. Hey, all right. That white dude over there smells like weed. Okay, we're cooking.
Yeah.
Black lady with a Southern church crown on. She don't like the fact that this trial's about me having premarital sexes. Okay, we're gonna rule her out. Black lady who just asked the judge twice, when the hell can I get out of here? Because I got a damn job to go to. All right, good. We cooking. We cooking. 4 Chinese. I don't know where I sit with that.
Yeah, right. I'll be like 3 chicken wings with the fried rice. That's so funny as hell, man.
I still got beef with the Asian community from Sinners. The movie Sinners. I ain't got over it. Yeah. I ain't got over it. I'm still mad at this lady, bro. She ain't even real. She ain't even a real person. I'm still mad at this lady.
She let everybody in. Let all the vampires in. Yeah, you're right. She deserves an ass whooping at the very least.
Yeah.
I'm still
which was legal in that time period.
You ain't seen it yet?
Take it. Take it to the church, the courthouse steps. That was the law.
That's right. That's right. It's a great movie.
Then we'll be quiet about it. I don't want to.
Because here's my thing with movies. If Kaufman don't take me to the movies, Daddy, then I wait to see them when they're here. The only time I go to the movie theaters is when Kaufman's like, hey. And the way Kaufman calls me to a movie, he calls me, and I definitely sound like a bitch when he calls me. Because he'll be like, hey, Spider-Man 6 Thursday, and just hangs up, and I'm like, okay, dude.
Okay.
I sent him a text. Thank you, Jeffrey.
Yeah. He got mad at me at the joke off because he got done with his set. By the way, killed. By the way, he really killed.
Hell yeah.
And it was a small audience. And then I said, yeah. So Jeff Kaufman take people to the movies. What movie you taking them to again? He's like Thunderbolts. What's the theater? I'm like, bro, I don't go.
Yeah,
I don't know Jeff, and I'm trying to get Jeff to come back up to tell people he walking away because he had a good set. So now he being arrogant.
He walked off, baby. Drop
your ass back up here.
Mic drop. He just walked away like the end of the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, look at him like, bro, did Jeff just crip walk?
Yeah.
Hey,
Jay, I think the site is where they need them.
Where they need them.
.com. Yeah, that's it. That's it right there. That's it. Hey guys, don't go. Yeah. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more hilarity right here on Real Last Real Radio 104.1. Thank you because you're still rocking with Real Laughs on Real Radio 104.1. I am your DEI hire. That's right. I'm your host, Mr. James John, joining virtual studio with our crew. That's right. Mr. Ken Miller, a.k.a. Fantasia's cousin this week. And also Miguel Colon Jr. is in the house. Now, Miguel, I did a little bit of traveling again this week. Last week, I went to Boise, Idaho, Sun Valley. Really nice place. Shout out to them. This week, I changed it up a little bit. I went to the Midwest. I went to a little bit outside of Cleveland, Ohio. I went to Sandusky. Yeah. Now, I'll tell you something. People in Sandusky, the Ohio area, are very proud of things. They are very proud of Cedar Point. It is their premier theme park. And they ask you as soon as you visit, where are you from? Oh, it's your first time here? Are you going to go to Cedar Point?
How dare you, you goddamn disrespectful Midwest bums.
Talk to them.
Ask an Orlandoian.
Yes.
If I've gone to see, I don't want to go to your goddamn Dollar General theme park.
Yeah. We got real ones where I come from.
I get you got roller coasters. Hey, Cedar Point, they say it's got amazing roller coasters. So if you want to say this, if you want to say, hey, have you rode the roller coasters at Cedar Point? I understand. Okay, but don't act like the park itself. First of all, y'all didn't have theme parks till we, the Mouse King, invented the theme park.
Correct.
Y'all some goddamn carnies. I'm be real. I'm be real.
What?
Y'all some carnies. Y'all some carnies. Probably missing children and rapey clowns. We got it. We got the mouse.
You're right.
The God King of theme parks. Now, I personally am not a fan of the mouse and how mouse handles business. I think it's an evil oligarch. But don't you Ohioans come to me? Oh, have you tried out Cedar Point? Have you gone really fast on a wooden roller coaster? I'll smack you in your mouth. You ever been to Mars? We got a mission there, homie.
That is true. I forgot. Yeah. We got a mission to Mars.
We got a mission to Mars. I don't got time to ride a wooden roller coaster. I'm changing the world.
Yeah, exactly. We have something there called steel. Have you heard of it?
We
build coasters out of that. Yeah.
Have you been to Epcot? We decided what we liked out of the world and we brought it here.
Yes.
Have you been to the Ohio Pavilion? There's not one.
The Ohio Pavilion.
You disrespectful goddamn children. You don't sit at the table.
They don't.
You don't sit. Let me tell you the table. Disney, Universal, SeaWorld, Busch Gardens. They hold them. They got a joint seat there.
They do. Right? They do. One seat. They got to share it.
One seat. They got to share it. Right.
Yeah.
And then we let Six Flags. We basically Busch Gardens represents Six Flags on all things needed.
Correct.
It's like, so Six Flags needs to sit at the table. They got to call Busch Gardens up and say, hey, Busch Gardens, we got to talk about what's going on with this union beef. They're like, all right, man, I'll sit down at the table. I'll see if I can get you an appearance. And then
there you go.
Sits down. Disney's sitting over there with Universal. And then Busch Gardens is like, as a lot of you guys remember our friend Six Flags from Virginia. He's a good guy. Me and his father, we did our thing together.
Yeah.
Back when King's Dominion was around, he was a real loyal
King's
guy.
Dominion, yeah.
He wants to talk about the union thing. And then Disney's like, yeah, let the kid talk, blah, blah, blah. But, Cedar Point, if they want to sit at the table, it's because we're done at it and we need somebody to clean it.
You're right.
I'll send Wet and Wild and Legoland on your ass right now, Cedar Point.
Not Wet and Wild on them, man.
I'll get Carol Baskin's Roadside Zoo at that table before you sit over there.
Carol Baskins, Tiger King's murdering competition. That's hilarious, man. So no, I didn't go to Cedar Point when I was there, but I did have a damn good time eating. I told you guys I went to an Italian restaurant that was at the indoor water park. They got things like that in the Midwest because their seasons are like cold and stuff during the winter. They need somewhere to go.
They got splash pads.
They do.
They got splash
pads,
do.
Right? Yeah, you're right.
Water park comes straight. Orlando water park's that dope. We send them our water park and then they cut it and make two water parks out of it.
Hey,
it's stepped on. That's funny.
That's how good our water parks is, right? You remember when Moses parted the Red Sea?
Yeah.
Our water park got that Red Sea water. Like
That's true.
I water from the Old Testament, bro. What y'all got?
River Jordan is in there, yo.
Yes.
Our water parks are so good. Think about this though. You name a city and you say, "Oh, have you been to that water park?" Orlando, it's like, "Have you been to Typhoon Lagoon? Have you been to Blizzard Beach? Have you been to Cabana Bay?
Yeah.
You know, have you been?" We used to have Wet n Wild, which y'all don't remember. If you don't remember Wet n Wild, man, Wet n Wild was that water park where like, hey, you go to Typhoon Lagoon, you go to Cabana Bay, you're gonna have an amazing experience. You go to Aquatica, you're gonna have an amazing experience. You go to Wet n Wild, you might get some stank on that ride with a girl. You know?
Hey, I mean, it was called Wet and Wild.
And Wild.
Yeah.
For a reason,
bro.
Hey.
I literally told the lifeguard one time, he's put me on a raft. I said, "Hey, don't put nobody else on. She gonna dome me up." He said, "Blair, why you say more?" He said, "Hey, little kids, y'all chill real quick." And a little dude looked at me. He said, "Go get it, daddy." I said, "Go on it, son." We saluted each other and we rode down.
Hey, I can't be quoted on this. Don't quote me, but I believe that's where Freaknik actually started, Wet n Wild. Hey, don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure that's where it started.
Middle of a ride, I saw the lifeguard going down after me smoking a blunt. He said, "I couldn't resist."
Hey, little kid, watch my station. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Wet n Wild, they used to give you a bag so you could put your gun in.
That's true. That's true. You don't want to get it wet.
Remember
crazy.
when Wild had the Wild Splash? Remember Wild Splash?
Yes.
Which y'all don't remember. If y'all don't understand this, guys, Wild Splash was when a hip hop radio station took over Wet n Wild, which you would think would go against their demographic because it's water and pools. But they took over Wet n Wild, and it's just 700 people not in the pool, like a Biggie video.
Wearing linen.
But Wild Splash, you knew somebody. You knew somebody was going to get shot at Wild Splash. You just hoped it was at the end of the night, because if they got shot in the middle, it'd be like 45 minutes for them to put more chlorine in the pool. And now everybody like, yo, he leaking everywhere. He had to get all drunk on the splash pad.
Now messed up the whole night for everybody getting shot. Look at you.
We used to have, what about the Disney one we had, the water park we had that was on an actual river? Do you remember the one on the river? River Country.
Hey,
Ohio.
How long ago was that?
Bro, it closed like probably 15 years ago. But River Country was real.
Yeah, Ohio is, just to give you all a heads up, we had a water park that was actually on a real river.
Yep.
And we have no control over alligators or water snakes.
None.
We can't say there's none there. We're just like, hey.
That was one of the rides. It was called Lose a Foot If You Want To.
When somebody would be like, hey, man, is there going to be an alligator here? And I'm like, oh, the lifeguard was like, damn, my bad. My bad. I thought you was about that life. I tell you what, why don't you stay in the parking lot and I'll spray you with a hose like a bitch.
Bro,
get in the river.
Get in the river.
Get in the river.
It's green. We know. Get in.
This Mickey Ficky asking a lot of questions. You from the EPA?
You cop? All right.
Hey, real quick, everybody in line, get butt naked. I want to make sure nobody wearing a wire. And all the people not from Florida are like, what's going on? All the Floridians like, God damn, third time I got to get naked in this line. We good. We good. We good. Come on, Derek. God damn, you know me, dog. If I was going to talk, I'll talk about that thing we did that time with the firebomb.
He said, Derek. Come on, Derek.
All right, man. My bad. I get tense. My bad. Hey, Derek, there's an alligator. Watch out. He got a kid in his mouth, so he's good. But, he might get hungry again later.
You are telling the truth, Miguel, because as Floridians, we just accepted gators in the water. And you guys go tubing down the river like, all right.
I go tubing.
Yeah.
There's sharks in the ocean. There's gators in the water. But do you know how goddamn hot it is on land?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if an alligator is going to eat me, but I know my giblets are going to melt off if I don't get myself in the water instantly.
Hey, it's like saran wrap when it gets too hot. It sticks to your leg.
I don't understand how anyone colonized Florida. Like back when they wore wool and powdered wigs and suits of armor chainmail, like Pizarro and the conquistadors came here with metal armor on and wool. And they were like, this was a good place, huh? I was like, hell no. The only place I would have colonized was San Diego. Other than that, the rest of the world would have been empty.
It's pure hell over there. Don't go over there, bro. Yeah.
You know the mosquitoes were worse then because they were like the size of apples.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're right about that. Didn't even think about that, man.
How did anybody have sex back then? You imagine, man, your girl. You think about it. End of the day, your girl's been working all day in the house. making bread and raising babies and
In a
tilling
in
the
a
fields.
in a big ass dress. Them
Big
big ass
ass
long
dress.
dresses. Yeah.
You've been out
Hot.
all day conquering and genociding and you know, your boy
Pillaging.
just got eaten by an alligator.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you get home and you take off your armor and you got all that stank on you, and she got all that stank, and you're like, I'm gonna make a baby with you.
Ugh.
You know?
Ugh. Yeah. I think
The
about that when
original,
they.
the original Wet and Wild, bro. Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah, hey, bro, the AC broke in my hotel one time. I couldn't even jack. You know, I was like, it was
Wow.
78 degrees. I was like, I can't touch my thing.
78
I'm overheating.
degrees. Are you crazy? I needed it 62.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy,
My stuff
man.
came out colder than my body.
Y'all
That's
got me
funny.
thinking that y'all talking about the Cedar Point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm from North Carolina, we had Carowinds, and I thought
Carowinds
Carowinds was the greatest. I thought it was the greatest thing on the planet until I moved here.
Really?
Hey, the thing about
God
Carowinds
dang.
was it was on the border of North Carolina and South Carolina. So if you had to run, you're like, get to Carowinds. Nobody has jurisdiction.
That's right.
You
It's the
know?
Wild West out there, man.
That's where Ray Caruth was headed.
That's
Come
funny.
on. It's like, come on.
What's at Carowinds though?
Carowinds is a theme park. It was Warner Brothers, I think, had Carowinds. Well, no, I think Warner Brothers had Six Flags.
Six Flags. Yeah.
Carowinds, though, I remember they had, Hanna-Barbera. Hanna-Barbera had it.
Hanna-Barbera. Was
And
it
I
like
remember
a few rides, a few
yeah, it was
shows?
jank, man. It was jank.
Gotcha.
It was basically in the middle of North Carolina and South Carolina, and there was one of those like lines in the street where you were like, "Oh, you now in North Carolina, you can't have an abortion. You now in South Carolina, same thing."
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. That's so funny.
It was
man.
who did Wayne's World? What movie company was Wayne's World? Was it Paramount?
Paramount.
So it was Paramount Carowinds because they had a
Yeah.
Wayne's World ride. They had
a Wayne's World ride.
had Wayne's World ride. They had what's the racing movie with Tom Cruise? Days of Thunder.
Days of Thunder.
They had Days of Thunder. They had the country singer. He is a country singer. Something roll something. And it went forwards and it went backwards.
Oh, the Thunder Roll, right?
Thunder
the
Roll.
Thunder Roll.
Yeah. So it was Paramount Carowinds, and a lot of stuff based off of the movies from Paramount.
Yeah, Carowinds, North Carolina, South Carolina.
Yeah, and as the kid, you would be so excited because you have one leg on one side, one leg on the other. You're like, I'm on both sides.
You're like, I'm in South Carolina. I'm eating mustard barbecue. I'm in North Carolina. It's vinegar. It's gross, but I'm here, yo.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. It's an actual Wayne's World roller coaster, opened in 1994.
Bro,
Who do you think?
Made out of wood, bro.
Oh yeah. So James, you get money and you get to open a theme park, but you got to partner it up with like another company like that. Like I tell you what I'm doing. I'm opening Def Jam Park.
Damn.
It's Def Jam's Jam On It Park, and we got a whole ride called He Was Good, and then he got shot. And so basically, you just on it, and the whole ride, you trying to get your mixtape. You trying to get your mixtape to Mr. C, and but you might get shot.
Mr. Stats.
And then we got a ride call. I booked a show in LA before the beef happened, and now I gotta still do it. And you just getting out the whole show. You just getting out of you just getting out of the limo on the phone with Hammer. Like, I know you in Oakland, but please, player, do something, man. Talk to them.
That's funny.
Hey, Miguel, mine would be New Line Cinema because it got
New
all
Line
the good black
Cinema,
movies.
yeah.
It got
New
all the
Jack
good
City,
black
the
black
ride.
movies.
Tell me more about the titties. You know,
let me mark that one. Okay,
leave it, James. I paid the fine. It's on me. Let him have the. Let him have the
ride.
Yeah.
Friday the Ride. Cause you already knew it was gonna be a black movie when New Line Cinema popped up.
Here's the deal. It was either gonna be a black movie or a Freddy movie.
Yeah.
It was like either black or Freddy. James, what's your theme park?
I'm gonna go old school, man. Something we talk about all the time. If I open up a theme park, man, we going with Waffle House. Imagine
theme park.
Imagine.
Let's
Waffle
get
House
ready to rumble. You're the lion.
Absolutely,
there's only one seat on the roller coaster. And there's 14 of us. We team up until the end, then we go at it with each other, not the face.
Not the face. Hey, there's a ride called "Try to Pass Your Drug Test" in front of your PO, because everybody that works at Waffle House has been arrested before. Who's a grill cook?
Hey, they don't. They know the trick. Put a little bit of batter on your thumb. Flick it in there. Flick it in there.
Oh my God!
Why your pee smell so sweet? I got diabetes.
And do you want pecan on that? All right, y'all, don't go nowhere. We'll be right back with more hilarity right here on Real Laughs, Real Radio 104.1. Back, everybody. You are still listening to Real Laughs on Real Radio 104.1. I'm your host, James John, joined in studio with AKA. I love that. That's his new name, AKA, because he always got a new name. You know him and love him as Ken Miller, the godfather of Orlando comedy, but he is Fantasia's cousin today. Also joined the studio with Miguel Colon Jr. That's correct. Now, I had a question for you, Ken. You are my sports resource when it comes to anything sports related, man. And I've been seeing a couple of stories that kind of piqued my interest. Now, I'm going to mess up his name, but Deion Sanders' son. How do you pronounce his name, Ken? Shador. Okay. Now, he was a quarterback for his dad in Colorado, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And he had a really good year last year. Am I saying that correct, too?
Yeah, he was in the top 10 finalists for the Heisman.
Okay. So he was eligible for first round draft in the NFL, correct? And he's a guy that's never been in any legal trouble. Correct. Nope. No trouble at all. Had a really good year as far as performance and doing what he needed to do as a quarterback. And having such a high rating, he did not get drafted. Please explain why so many people are upset. A lot of black people, even prominent members of the Sports Hall of Fame community, are dumbfounded in saying that this sounds like an okie doke.
Dog, Donald Trump said something.
No, he did not.
Donald Trump said it is a travesty that Shador has not been drafted yet. Donald Trump, son.
Hey, you about to do executive order it. Hey, executive order. Executive order right now.
I fact check anything that says Donald Trump says before. I always check to see. Donald Trump said it because it is. It's a travesty, and it could be race. It could be attitude.
Could it be his
daddy?
I was going to say two
it
things.
Could be any of these things, but
are people trying to get it, Deion.
You get it, Deion. On Mel Kiper's big board, Shador Sanders was a top 5 pick.
That's what I heard.
Every draft board in Vegas.
Yeah.
If you put $100 down that Shador Sanders would not have been drafted on Thursday and Friday, you probably would have won $1 million.
Wow.
It's insane because what happened with them. So the rumor is this, and like I said, it's rumor because nobody was in the room.
Okay.
That he would go to teams and say, hey, if you draft me, I'm not going to play here. I want to go play in these certain markets. The same exact thing Eli Manning daddy did for Eli Manning when they took him at the Giants.
It was all good though.
Another team had the number 1 pick. I could have been like Cleveland or somebody terrible. Mm-hmm. And he was like, my son ain't playing here. So don't even pick him.
Really?
Don't even pick him.
Yeah.
Which is so he did the same thing. And these meetings are supposed to be like secretive. You're not supposed to take, hey man, so this kid did this and that. You're not supposed to. But the fact that it's Saturday. I'm watching the draft now, and that kid has not been taken is criminal, bro. It's he was the second best quarterback
last
in
year
the draft behind the first dude that went Cam Ward from Miami. The second best dog. They took 3 quarterbacks. They're so trash that I guarantee you them dudes won't be in the league in the next 3 years.
Here's how I know you ain't lying about that. And this is what sparked my interest. I was watching a clip on YouTube, and correct me if I'm wrong, Cowboy, NFL Hall of Famer, Michael Irvin.
Yeah.
He said, I've loved this game for the past 30 years. I played this game. I've done well at it. I'm in the Hall of Fame. And I always got something to say. Y'all know me. But after seeing what happened at the draft or what didn't happen, I am dumbfounded. I have no words to describe why that gentleman is not.
Michael Irvin ain't got no words.
He said that. I have no words. He said, y'all know me. I got no words.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
I saw a tweet from Bobby Boucher. He said, it's ridiculous that they would not draft him. That man is colder than the glass of Atlantic spring water.
Bro, so Ken, I know I'm not a sports guy, but I was just like, how can that happen? Because money,
bro. It's wild. And people are like, well, he got attitude. He 21.
Okay.
He a kid.
When you say attitude, what does that mean? Because he hasn't been in legal trouble.
Mike Tyson says this. When my confidence bleeds into your insecurity, I'm arrogant.
Yes.
So he's a confident kid.
But his daddy is Deion Sanders.
If you ever see this kid in an interview or anything, he's not an a-hole.
No.
He ain't all this, he a confident kid, bro. He don't, once again, don't get into no trouble.
No.
Johnny Manziel stayed in trouble and got drafted.
He did.
He don't get into trouble. I got updates on my phone, bro. I'm waiting for this kid to get drafted.
Okay.
I'm shocked.
Now, let me ask you this though, Ken. If he gets drafted to a trash team, and then he doesn't want to play, what's going to be said from there? Like they're going to spin it and be like, "You see."
Yeah, I think at this point, Miguel, I don't think he cares. Yeah. I think at this point, I feel like he might be embarrassed as hell.
Yeah,
you got to be. You have to be embarrassed because
you
got to think he's sitting in that green room waiting to be drafted, and then everybody's just going. And
there's like an Albanian punter who's like, I can't believe it! Oh my God, I'm gonna be a Raider.
You ever seen the replacements? The white punter that was smoking, the kicker that smoking. He got drafted before Shador,
bro.
Dude, Shador got a better chance to get drafted in the World War II today than
that's funny.
Good news, Shador. You want to play for the army? For the college? No.
I think he's gonna go the other way.
Ukrainian,
That's funny. I think wherever he goes, it's gonna be like when Ricky Williams got drafted. Remember that big debacle way back in the day when Ricky Williams and he had a chip on his shoulder? I think he's gonna play well.
Yeah, he's gonna play very well.
He's gonna play very well wherever he goes.
He's so good. And people like he played in this, his first year he played for the SWAC, all black conference. They went 11-1, 12-1. Then in Colorado, he had a first year. That first year with Colorado was rough for everybody. Then the second year, they actually almost made the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The kid threw for like 5,000 yards. Like, he's good, bro. And if he didn't get drafted because of the interview, then that's crazy. But I understand, because as a regular person, you don't get hired if you mess the interview up.
Correct.
Yeah.
No matter you walking there with all kind of certs. If you go in there, you fumble the interview, I get it.
I'm gonna tell you two things about this job. First of all, I'm not gonna do it. And second of all, you're sitting in my desk.
Yeah. Get up.
Daddy, they didn't hire me.
Hey, man. Hey. So wait. So we only get 1 hour for lunch?
Yeah.
No,
maybe
that
you
ain't
do.
Even how I get down.
Yeah.
You mean, when you say we have a 5-day work week, do you mean in a row?
This player. How are we gonna have 1 hour for lunch? How you gonna have time to eat your lunch and make my lunch? I'm gonna give you a longer lunch, man. I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about you.
And I did read somewhere, and can you correct me? Deion Sanders, his father, said he's not going to get involved. Like, he's not going to try to do anything. He's gonna kind of back off.
Yeah, I can see him doing that. You know what I'm saying? But the other thing about that is,
I mean, he can say that in public, but I know what he's gonna do
in public, but in private. The other thing about that is too, what I laughed at. I had a back and forth with somebody. These kids have a father in their life. You think about Deion kids. Think about Alonzo Ball, his kids, that daddy who was wild.
He rode hard for his kids.
I'll take you all the way back to Michael Jackson and Joe Jackson.
Yes,
they had fathers in their lives, and the fathers was somebody who in their life to make sure they're doing good and they ain't in no trouble and blah, blah, blah. Then you got the people who ain't got no dad in their life, and you complain about the father being in life, and you complain about not having a dad in life. What the hell y'all want?
Crazy. But here's my only thing I'm gonna say about this, Ken.
Listen, I'm gonna answer that, guys. I've dated a lot of broken women. When she doesn't have a daddy in her life, you're gonna have some fun, man. But you also gonna deal with some problems. But then when she does have a daddy in your life, you're gonna have to deal with a whole nother bag of problems.
Yes, like, you are.
Why is she crying again? I'm like, because she's crazy, Steven.
Hey, all I know is I married somebody who got 2 parents.
Bro. Oh, they different. They different.
So
do I. They different. They got a different energy about them.
But then you got to flip it, because you married somebody who ain't got no daddy. So
that's what's wrong with us, Ken.
That's what's wrong.
That's what's wrong.
Hey, that's why I'm gonna marry a girl who got 2 mommies. I'm like, this energy's all wrong. I'm in, yo.
She can bake and change oil,
bro.
Yeah, bro.
That is I didn't even think about, because I always make fun of her. I'm like, yo, because you don't know no better. You grew up with both your parents. And I'm like, well, I'm like this because I ain't have but one.
That's why we like this.
Matter of fact, one of them was dead. Like my mama died and left me with a crazy woman, bro. So I'm all messed up.
Hey, that's what you get for effing with him. I ain't never gonna forget that, kid.
Kenneth, how dare you? I clearly remember you telling me about Chick McAdoo and the change in his truck. He was there sometimes.
Bro, but here's the thing I'm gonna say about Deion Sanders' son. How you gonna complain about the kid being arrogant or cocky? His dad is Deion Sanders, man. One of the most cockiest, but he backed it up. He backed it up. He's one of the cockiest players that ever done it. How you gonna hold that against that kid?
I'll tell you this though, and but this is one of those check moments where it's like, oh, okay, watch this.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. Oh, that's what we doing. Okay, all right.
They sat at the Cedar. That's like Cedar Point trying to show up and think it's a real roller coaster. Cedar Point's like, we're the best roller coaster park in the world. We got wood and steel and orange. Disney's like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
If you go to Cedar Point this year, you will not be allowed to ride the Guardians of the Galaxy.
And everybody's out.
Like,
I'm out.
Cedar Point.
Hey.
My big mama died. I don't think I'll be able to make it to the park. I hear her in the background. She's like, hurry up, baby. They gonna have Star-Lord out there.
Can't hear you. Ken's off. Ken's trying to talk to us something.
Hey, you know who at Cedar Point right now?
Who?
Shador Sanders.
Yeah. So let me show you, Sador. This is where we keep the mops. And here's the thing, kid, and I don't tell this to everybody, but I'm a huge fan of your father's. You want to take one of those pretzels at the end of the shift. Just
hey, it's yours, buddy.
It's yours, kid. Just do me a favor. Have your father sign my copy of Must Be the Money. Your father played football? I didn't even know. I just followed his rap career.
Oh my God.
Saturday night on the dance floor. The DJ says my name as I make my intro. Must be the money.
Must be the money. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. So funny, man. Shout out to Deion Sanders, man. So I just wanted to know, Ken. Thank you.
Man, Shador, hopefully you get in, man. And like I said, I'll be shocked that if he doesn't get drafted, I'll be shocked. But it's some teams out there that truly Pittsburgh need a quarterback. They waiting on Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers 75 years old. Stop it.
Yeah.
Ain't he done for real? Literally, he's done, right? Come on, let's be honest.
Oh, yeah, stop it. The Giants need a quarterback. The Jets need a quarterback. Hell, the Panthers need a quarterback.
Amen.
Some teams out there need a quarterback. Yeah, stop it, NFL. Y'all play too much. Y'all, all right, he learned his lesson. Y'all go draft that boy. Stop playing. Stop playing.
But you putting a battery in his back. You're gonna have to deal with him at some point. You're gonna have to deal with him at some point, man. All right. Hey, good luck to everybody out there. Now we got a couple of minutes left before we have to go, guys. What are y'all doing this weekend so people can come out and follow you?
I ain't got nothing, man. I ain't got no comedy to the end of May, bro. So if anybody out there looking for a comic who loves Carowinds, hit me up.
Hey, he'll bring his smoker out there. All right, man.
I really will.
What you got going on, Miguel, this weekend?
I don't got any shows coming up this weekend. I'm just going to twist one up and watch Love on the Spectrum, which makes me laugh and cry. That show just pulls at my emotions. I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. If you guys want to check me out, actually on Wednesday, April 30th, I'm going to be in Flagler Beach at Breakaways for Christy B. Come out there and have a good time, man. We have some seafood, a couple of drinks. It's going to be nice. Then on the 1st, that is a Thursday, I'll be at the Houston State Theater doing a showcase out there, which should be fun, guys. So come check me out. And I got a shout out to my son, Noah James. This Saturday coming up on May 3rd, my son will actually be graduating from college, man. So shout out to Noah. Shout out to Noah. That's my baby.
That's that two-parent household, baby.
Yep.
That's that two-parent household. Because ain't nobody in my family graduated from nothing.
Hold on, I just heard. My son, Noah James, just got drafted to the Giants. That's wrong. That's so wrong. All right, man. Thank y'all so much for listening. We love you. Appreciate you. Don't forget to follow us on social media, Real Laughs, Instagram, Facebook, and now on YouTube. We want 1,000 subscribers, guys. Let us have it. So on behalf of myself, James Young, Miguel Colon Jr., and Ken Miller, thank y'all for listening. We'll see y'all Wednesday. Tell them what to do, Ken.
Take your ass to bed in Pittsburgh. Draft Shador. Stop playing.
I know, right? Come on, man. We out.